Hi there. In this video, we will be continuing with the picking process. Uh, and let me just quickly highlight or brief out, if I can say, on the previous video. We just looked at how Sigma ERP can handle the different product types, the BOM and individual products, and how to get to know the demand of the products and then get into the conversion. Using individual or BOM products, convert into a BOM product and then proceed with sales order, pick, pack, and shipment. Now, in the last video, we had looked at the demand planning, and we got to know that there was one outstanding order which was supposed to be fulfilled. So we went back to the stock conversion, and we converted individual and a BOM product into an OPX product, which was here. So, and then in this flow, we will look at how sales order and pick, pack, and shipment can be carried out. So, in this video, I'll be taking a different record, or else we can always continue with the demand planning and produce the stock, and then go to the sales order and allocate the stock again when it is back in the inventory. If it is not allocated using the toggle switch, which I showed in the sales order, let me just quickly highlight that. So when I say a toggle switch, this is the toggle switch, which can be used if there are several number of lines, like around 150 200 plus odd lines, and it's literally not possible to go to each of the lines and manually allocate or press the auto allocate button on each of the lines. So we can just opt to having the auto stock reservation on, in which case, after having the stock in place, after converting the stock, in case of a BOM product I'm talking, in case of a BOM product, when I have the stock in place, and if I have this auto stock reservation toggle switch on, the system automatically allocates the stock. And then what we need to do is we can just directly continue with the picking process. But in this particular video, since I've not shown how to place a sales order, I'll be realigning the demo in terms of that. So we will have a new sales order created, but it can always be connected with the previous flow which we have seen in the other video. So I'll place a new sales order here, and then we can look at two different types of picking the Sigma ERP application supports. As I said, the customer type and other details which are mentioned in the customer record of accounts will be defaulted. And if I want to add, um, you know, any additional information, such as the shipping address, if I want to change, I can always go ahead and change it here. And if the credit limit is breached for the customer, the stopped order checkbox here will be checked, which will not allow us to proceed with the order fulfillment. So it can also be overridden in case if you want to still go ahead and fulfill the order. And if the order is not required to be packaged and shipped, we can always check this checkbox over here to make the inventory directly update in the delivered status. So it will not update the pick, pack, and shipped statuses in the inventory location. It will directly update to delivered quantity. So what it basically does is it will skip a couple of process which we have defined in the sales order fulfillment life cycle. I will place one quantity for the order, and I'll confirm the order. So now I can manually allocate or auto allocate against each of these lines. I'll go ahead with manual allocation so that I can show you the process how it can be done over here. So this basically defines the stocks that are available in different locations, and also it also lists out the serial number, lot number if it is associated with, and also the bin where exactly it has been placed in or maintained in the inventory location, and the received date if it is received from stock receiving or via upload process. I'll define the number of quantities required, and also here if there are numerous number of lines, instead of one ordered quantity, if there are 100 lines, and if I want to select the number of lines, it is not mandatory that I go against each of these lines and enter the number of quantities required. It can also be done via the auto select option here. That's just to make life simple. Okay, and let's say save. So we have a new order now in the application, which is SO0010. Now we will get into picking, and now it should be here in the not picked tab. Yes, it is. And here, as I said, the picking process allows the user to take it forward in two different ways. One is more of a manual process where the barcode scanning and the picking process is not of much importance. Where you can do it where it is more of a manual procedure than having been able to scan the bin location, the products. So what in that case, what we can do is we can have the order checked and say print. So in this case, if I am allocating it to a user, I'll just take out the printout. This can also be done from the user's login. So when the user logs in using his credentials, he can get back to the picking screen. He can only be made to see. He can only be made to see the restricted, or in better terms, restricted to see the tabs which are required for him. So in that case, we will only have picking tab for him, from where he can take the printout of the orders which are allocated to him. So if there are any products that are listed out, I guess the product names are not in here. So it will have the product code, description, location and quantity, and he can manually enter the number of picked quantity against the product. So now we will look at the other possible way of proceeding with picking in case we are using a barcode scanner or any other stuff. So what we'll do is we'll check if the product has barcodes and other stuff defined. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and place this order. We'll allocate this order to one of the user. I'll allocate it to the login credentials which I'm using right now, so that I don't have to switch. It is also allowed to multi-select the orders and allocate. Um, yes, it is allocated. Now I can see the option to pick. I'll click on pick and yeah. So in here, it can also be assumed in terms of picker as a different person who has a different credential, wherein using his credentials he will log into the system and he'll be able to see only the picking tab, where he can click on the orders which is allocated to him, like start picking. And in here, this screen, I also would want to mention that all the screens which we are seeing right now are mobile compatible. So this can also be done using a mobile phone, handheld PDA scanners as well. So what I'll do is, now I will scan the bin barcode. So if I have anything wrongly scanned, we have the validations in place. Yes, that is the right one. And for the product barcode, yes, the scan was complete and I can now click on submit. This validates that the picker, whoever is assigned to pick the products from the inventory, is picking the right product from the inventory, uh, making sure it is picked from the right bin and the zone. If these two categories, if two categories or levels of inventory are being managed by the business, and which is not also mandatory sometimes. If the bin are not being used, we can just highlight it with the inventory location. We can just associate the barcode with the location and track based on that. So as the picking is done, we can find the order on the picked tab. Yes, and from here I can proceed to package with one click. Yes, it will have the package record created for the customer and with the ready status. And in here we have the statuses, different statuses available. So if the package is being done and it is not ready to be shipped, it can be placed in progress status. And if it is ready, it can be, once the package is done, it can be moved on with the shipment process. So all the line items from the order are defaulted. I'll just have to validate, cross check with the line items and click on save. So this will have the package created for me, which is PK005, and now I can proceed with shipments. And here shipments right now is integrated. There are standard platforms uh, also available to integrate with different logistics. Right now it is integrated with shipment carriers, so that we'll have the a tracking ID as well after the shipment is pushed via the API to the shipment carriers, which is integrated with AfterShip. After having the shipments created and you know when we push the details of the shipment to the AfterShip, we will have the tracking URL from the AfterShip, which is updated over here, and via this we can track the actual status of the shipment. I will go ahead and select the package which I want to ship. Um, I can select from the different statuses that are available. I can directly select delivered. I can say shipped here, which updates the quantity if we look at the products inventory. So it's now reserved and one is in the package status, four are available. So now after shipment we can see that it is getting updated in the shipped quantity. Okay, let me refresh. Yes, the packaged quantity is moved to shipped quantity. Likewise, when we have the quantity allocated, it moves from reserved to picked when it is picked, and when it is packaged from packaged, it moves to packaged quantity, and when it is shipped from the packaged quantity, the number of quantity which was shipped, it will move to shipped quantity. And now I'll update the status against the shipment once getting to know that the order was delivered, or via the integration that we have with different logistic providers. Once the status is updated from the logistic provider, it automatically updates the status in the application. Okay, now we can see the shipped quantity getting moved to delivered. Yes, that's it. Thank you for watching.